I just spent the afternoon watching the most incredible film. I watched it on Sky Go, which we probably won't have for much longer when we actually get the proper Sky installed. You've probably already seen some of the photos and the review I posted of it. It's called Freak Show, and it stars this amazing guy called Alex Lawther. Essentially, it is a story of a guy who is gay and who he is, and the way he refuses to change to fit in and become the kind of person he's expected to be at a white, middle-class American high school. I don't know whether it has any basis in fact or reality, but honestly, see it. The story is brilliantly written, and as it's LBGT month, I believe, what a great film to watch. If you can see it by any means, please do. Right, enough about the film. Well, after watching the film, I've just been listening to some of my own sort of inspiring brand of music. Don't worry about what I listen to, because it probably wouldn't inspire you, but it does inspire me. And I thought about, guess what? The Tories. I spend a lot of time thinking about the Tories for people I don't like. You'd think I don't like them so much I wouldn't spend a lot of time thinking about them. But you see, I have no choice but to think about them, because it's, well, to quote, I think, a character from an Oscar Wilde play, it's them what done me in. It's them what are gonna do me in, missus. Doesn't matter about anything else. They're gonna do us all in. See, still very proud of my Seabag scar. Coronary artery bypass graft. Well, it's them what are going to do for me eventually, because it's them what are going to do for our NHS. To put it bluntly, they're going to privatise it, of course, and the likes of us who are on regular and long-term medication and long-term treatment won't be able to afford it. So although, bless them, the people at Patworth, the wonderful nurses and doctors saved my life on that time, nearly 6 years ago. Fantastic. Love you all to bits. Never stop saying thank you. Never, ever, ever. In fact, I remember at the time saying I reckon the NHS, they should pay you lot in gold bars. And I still mean that. They should pay the NHS staff in gold bars. Anyway, my point is this. Think about one of the things the Tories seem to like doing. They like killing things off. They like killing people. They like killing people. They just murder us economically. Yeah? They just defund the NHS. They just make it so that people weighing 6 stone and suffering from a debilitating illness, so much so that their ribs are showing, have to go and claim job seekers allowance or something. That's one way they have of killing us. But they've been killing things off right from the days of Thatcher. I don't know how many of you were around when Thatcher was there and we had the miners' strike, but there was a lot of killing off the Tories did then. They killed off the mining industry. They killed it off. They sold it off. They closed the pits down. And in those communities that relied on those pits to produce coal and thereby give employment and obviously fuel the nation. Well, they also work to kill those communities. They're very good at killing things off. I'll tell you another technique that they used, and it is a kind of killing, even in the miners' strike, and they use it now. They did then divide and rule. I've said it loads of times. Divide and rule. So what did they do in the miners' strike? other than trying to starve the miners back to work? Well, they bust in the scabs who were strike breakers. What did that do? Well, that destroyed relationships between people. It destroyed marriages. It destroyed communities. It destroyed solidarity. Another one where the Tories like to destroy. They're greedy, we all know that. They're grasping, we all know that. But above all else, they're devious. They're absolutely devious. They will appeal to greed. They'll appeal to avarice. They'll appeal to prejudice. They'll appeal to racism. They'll appeal to I'm better than you are. They'll appeal to try and bribe you, whereas if you vote for us, you're going to get all these wonderful things. If you vote for us, Britain's going to be great again. The Queen is going to remain on the throne. They make promises that they don't fulfil. More than anything, though, you think about Tories. You know what I think about? I think about death. It's almost as though they're kind of stuck to this culture of death. Another thing I think about when I think about Tories is punishment, death, punishment, destruction of our society, destruction of our welfare state, destruction of our NHS, destruction of our school system, our university system, destruction of our industries, destruction of our communities. I think about that word, death there, destruction there. And in the whole bloody thing, you know, money for people who already have money, billions more for billionaires, while ordinary people suffer. They have to go. Believe me, they have to go. Or the likes of me and maybe your fathers and mothers who are in their 60s are not going to make old bones. We're not going to do it. Not under the Tories. We are surplus to requirements. According to them, we're a burden. We should go. They would be like the Eskimos, apparently, with their old people. They'd probably put them out on the ice to die. Tories, well, they're kind of already doing that by letting people freeze to death in the streets. Please, for crying out loud, don't believe anything they're telling you. They're vicious people, and they're about cruelty, greed, and death. I say that to their face. I say it to the face of the whole lot of them. They're about cruelty, suffering, greed, and death.